Shiloh, it's been such a long time. How have you been, sweetie? Is little Tommy okay? Huh? Is this Allison? Bryce from kindergarten's mom, right? Hey, long time no see. It must have been, what, over 10 months since our kids left kindergarten? Feels like forever. I know, right? Time sure does fly, huh? Anyway, did you see all the snow? The snow? Oh yeah, now that you mention it, I did hear something about some snow. Is there a lot? Now that you mention it, what the hell? There's tons of the stuff. Sorry, I only heard about it through a friend, so I can't exactly say I've seen it. Come on, Shiloh. You're not some hermit shut-in who lives under a rock, are you? Well, I'm not, but I do work remotely, which means I probably spend a lot more time at home than the average person. Actually, I always have to remind myself how important it is to go outside every now and then for the sake of my health. Fresh air is essential. Exactly, especially for children. They're creatures of the outdoors. You really should be careful not to keep that little Tommy indoors too much. He's small enough as it is without having a vitamin D deficiency to deal with, too. Yeah, you're right. Anyway, let's get down to business. Today's the first major snowfall we've had around here in years. It's been falling non-stop, and it's piling up like you wouldn't believe. Which is why we're having a snowball fight tomorrow morning. Oh, really? That sounds like a blast. Right? We'll be borrowing your backyard for the venue. Huh? Excuse me? My backyard? Yes, it's so big that you even have a doggy play area and some soccer goals for the kids. Isn't that right? We could probably throw snowballs all day with a small army of us and still never run out of ammo. Maybe so, back when we actually lived there. But we moved out a while ago. Oh, you did? Oh, well, it's not like that really matters. Of course it matters. How could it not matter when it's not my house anymore? You have to get permission from the new owner first. The new owner? Fine. Go ahead and let your husband know then. What? What does my husband have to do with anything? He doesn't live there anymore either. You need permission from the actual owner. Enough of this. I have more important things to attend to. But I just want to say a big thanks, Shiloh. We're all so excited for tomorrow. Toodles! No, Allison, wait. What the heck? Are you serious? You still seem to think we live there despite me having told you we don't. Are you gonna show up at my old house in the morning? We moved a few months back when my daughter graduated kindergarten, which means it doesn't belong to us anymore. It has a new owner, and you can't just invite yourself into their yard for a snowball fight. You can ask for mine and my husband's permission till the cows come home. But since we no longer have anything to do with the place, you're wasting your time. Please at least make sure you knock on their door first and see how they feel about this. You aren't even reading my messages. Anyway, asking me for permission to use a yard that no longer belongs to me is meaningless. Please read these messages before you go and do something you regret. Hey sis, good evening. Sorry to message you so late. Are you free right now? Hey Shiloh, sure, what's up? Sorry to be a burden, but I was wondering if you wouldn't mind checking something for me. I need confirmation on something. Confirmation? What is it? It's about mine and Stewie's old house. Do you know whether there's someone new living there yet? You mean like, did someone else move in? I'm not really sure. I don't tend to go to that part of town anymore, so it's hard to say. I've probably been there twice at most since you moved out all those months back. And I'm sorry to say, but I wasn't really paying attention to your old house. Okay, that's fair enough. Anyway, what's all this about? Did you leave something behind? No, it's not that. Here's the thing. The mom of one of the boys from Tommy's class back in kindergarten has taken it upon herself to arrange a snowball fight in the yard of my old house under the assumption that it still belongs to me. What? People actually do that kind of thing? She's absolutely convinced that we still live there. I tried my best to explain that we don't, but she stopped responding to my messages, and I'm concerned she's gonna get herself and her whole family in trouble. Oh dear. Her name's Allison, and her son's called Bryce. He was friends with my Tommy in kindergarten. She always had a reputation for being a bit of a trouble causer back then. I did my best not to let myself get too involved with her at the time, and ironically, we didn't have any problems back when our kids actually played together most days. Who would have thought she'd be causing me this much hassle 10 months down the line after moving house? My husband just got back from work. He passes through that area most days on his ways to the office, so maybe he'll know something we don't. Give me a minute, I'm gonna go ask him. Okay, thanks. Hey, sorry I kept you waiting. So what did he say? As far as he can tell, the house is still empty. So no one else moved in yet then? He said he can't say for definite, but he says it always seems to be locked. The curtains are always closed, and he doesn't get the feeling people are living there. I see. But in that case, I wonder if that means it's being managed by the real estate agent. Besides, the fence is pretty high, so I doubt anyone could get in without going to some serious effort. Yeah, I think you're right on both points. How about getting in touch with the real estate agent just in case? Good idea. I'll give them a call as soon as they open tomorrow morning. Thanks, sis. I'm really sorry to message you this late. I know you have to be up early for work. Don't be silly. I'm happy to help, Shiloh. Hopefully we can prevent this crazy Allison woman from doing anything illegal. Speak later. See ya, sis. Thanks a bunch. Sweet dreams.
Shiloh, answer your phone! Would you mind explaining what on earth is going on here? Some strange family I've never seen before came out of nowhere and started yelling at us. They asked us what we were doing in their yard and threatened to call the police.
Good morning, Allison. It would appear you're in quite the mess, huh?
You don't say, Captain Obvious. What's going on? Explain now.
How many times did I tell you that it was no good getting permission from me because it's not my house anymore?
I don't know anything about that. It's the first I've heard of it. Who were those people? Oh my God, the police are here. They actually called them.
For the time being, I think it's probably best you focus on the predicament you're in. Good luck.
Wait, Shiloh, please tell me why this is happening. Shiloh, how could you do this to me? Why didn't you tell me you'd moved out? You knew me and my family planned on showing up at your old house for a snowball fight, and you just let me. Shiloh, I'm talking to you, woman! Answer me!
Hi again, Allison. I just got off the phone with the real estate agent. They told me everything. About how you showed up first thing in the morning with your own ladder and climbed over the tall fence very clearly designed to keep out intruders, before undoing the locks from the inside and letting in, as you put it before, a small army of your friends and family. Next, as if running around tossing snowballs at each other on someone else's property wasn't enough, you decided to light a bonfire on their lawn and roast marshmallows for everyone while you were at it. Then, the family scheduled to move in today arrived amidst the chaos. They were so horrified when they saw a gang of complete strangers running around like lunatics in their new yard that they reported you to the police. You know what you did is called, don't you, Allison? Trespassing.
Like I already told you, I had no idea. It's your fault for not telling me in the first place. How was I supposed to know? Do you think I'm psychic?
You don't need to be able to bend spoons with your mind to read my messages. I told you enough times.
No, you did not.
Why don't you try looking through our chat history then? Scroll through yesterday's messages and you'll see it's all there. I didn't just tell you once either.
Oh my god, I didn't see that yesterday! I stopped reading them before you told me the important bits! Why didn't you mention it earlier? What you did was as good as not telling me!
Don't be so ridiculous. What else could I do? Do you have no concept of personal responsibility? You illegally entered someone's property after I told you very clearly you'd be doing just that. Then, you stopped reading my messages, which would have prevented you from being arrested today because you had, quote, more important things to attend to.
Enough of your harping on! Do something! Get me out of this mess! I don't want to get arrested!
Do something? What could I possibly do for you?
My husband just told me he's divorcing me!
Wow, that escalated quickly.
He threatened to divorce me just last month if I ever did anything to cause him trouble again!
Wow, last month? Really? So you knew you were on thin ice and you did this anyway? You were so committed to your illegal snowball fight that you were willing to throw away your marriage over it? I hope the marshmallows were tasty at least.
I never knew this would happen! I just thought it would be a fun day for the kids!
I actually thought you'd take responsibility when you read my messages and realized what you'd done. How foolish of me. It would appear you're delusional beyond help.
How horrible!
Isn't this the natural conclusion of you completely disregarding my warnings? How am I horrible? I tried to prevent this.
I'm begging you, please convince my husband!
Convince him of what?
Tell him I have permission to use the yard, please!
For the 7 millionth time, me and my family moved out of that house months ago, which means asking us for permission to use the yard is meaningless.
Why?
Because it belongs to the family who just called the police on you.
Please just do something. This isn't a joke. I could be in serious trouble here.
Clean up the mess you made yourself. You thought you'd spend today roasting marshmallows, but it turns out the only one getting roasted is you.
Ah!
To give a brief summary on what happened to Allison after the whole trespassing incident, compensation for the total wrecking of that poor family's new yard, among other things, was settled out of court with Allison's husband, who very kindly agreed to lend his wife the money. However, he was absolutely furious, and he'd already filed for a divorce before the day was up. Citing her dangerous antisocial behavior, the judge deemed Allison to be unfit to have custody of their son, and so Bryce went to live with her husband. Afterwards, she did try moving back in with her parents, but apparently they'd already received word of what happened through several relatives, also furious, who she took along that day, completely unaware that they were breaking the law. As a result, no one in her family, parents, siblings, even distant relatives, wanted anything further to do with her. Naturally, in her mind, I was the one responsible for all of this. And I got several threatening messages demanding I pay her compensation to make up for it. Isn't the block feature just the best? Last I heard, she's currently working like a dog to keep up with the compensation she owes for wrecking the yard and the child support she owes her ex-husband. Can you imagine a bigger nuisance than her? It's hard to believe she's actually a real person. I learn something new about the world every day. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Ken, do you have some time right now? I really need to ask for a favor from you right now.
Of course. What's up?
I just got invited to go have some coffee with a friend of mine, but Anne needs to be picked up from daycare at 3 p.m. So I was wondering if you could please go pick her up instead of me. Is that fine?
You're gonna go right now? Wish you could have told me yesterday, though.
Sorry about the sudden notice, but they're an old friend of mine from uni, and they don't come near here often. They said that they were going home tomorrow, so that's my last chance to see them in a while. Please.
I didn't know you still talk to your uni friends.
Yeah, they're one of the few that I still talk to. So what do you say?
I mean, as long as you can come home by dinner time. Can you do that for me?
Oh, of course I can. Wait, but can you please do the cooking for tonight? I probably won't be back until the time we usually eat dinner together, so I don't want to keep you two waiting.
All right, I'll cook for tonight. Just make sure you come home on time.
Sure, honey. Thank you so much for listening to my favors. Can I leave the rest to you then?
All right, just let me know sooner next time. I made sure to finish all my work in advance for today, so I'm sure I won't have any trouble doing those things.
Wow, you're like a psychic, huh? I'll see you later then. Bye-bye.
See you later. Michelle, where are you? It's getting pretty late. Can you come home soon? I'm already done with all the cooking, so we can eat as soon as you get here. You should know how important it is to get home on time today.
Hey, Ken! I'm sorry to say this, but I ended up having a few drinks with my friends, and I came here by car, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to come home tonight. Sorry.
Can't you just come home by bus or something?
Actually, I'm in Houston right now, so it'll take at least a few hours to get back to Austin.
What? Why the hell are you in Houston?
Well, we were just having some coffee at first, but then we got a bit too excited. And we ended up deciding to travel to Houston to get some cupcakes. Isn't it silly? So that's how we ended up having a road trip all the way to Houston. I'm staying at a hotel here tonight, so I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
No, that is not okay. How could you just leave? You should have come home.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. But I just can't leave the car here and go back home, can I? I just need the alcohol to break down and I'll already be on my way home. Look, I'm sorry I took a trip without telling you in advance, but I just wanted to have fun, okay?
This isn't about whether you told me in advance or not. Do you seriously not remember what day it is today?
Today? Oh, is it St. Patrick's Day today?
No, it's Anne's birthday.
Wait, really? That's today?
Yes, that's today.
I just checked my calendar. I think I mistook it as tomorrow. So I thought I would have been fine to make some plans for today. That's why you were asking me to come home by dinner so many times, isn't it?
Yes, it is. How could you forget your own daughter's birthday, Michelle?
No, it's not that I forgot her birthday. I was really looking forward to celebrating it with you guys. I just got the date wrong by a day. I swear I had the spirit.
You know what Anne just said to me? She said, we need to wait till Mommy comes home so she can eat with us. Your daughter is waiting for you on an empty stomach because she wants to spend her birthday with you. How could you possibly mess this up?
But me not being able to come back home today was inevitable.
What the hell do you mean inevitable? It isn't normal to suddenly travel for hours and spend the night without letting anyone know about it.
Please just say that I have an emergency today so I can't come home today, and that you'll celebrate for the two of us today.
It's true I can't make you drunk drive. You probably wouldn't be able to come home before midnight anyways. But today was an important day for us, and it was especially important for Anne. Can't just get away with it was inevitable, so celebrate for me.
What do you want me to do then? If there's a way that I can make the situation better, then please tell me. I insist. Her birthday comes around every year anyways. We can celebrate it next year.
You're this close to losing all respect from me.
Look, I'm saying that I'm sorry, okay? My friends are calling me, so I have to go. I'll see you tomorrow. Tell Anne that I love her.
Yeah, right. You have to get your priorities straight.
Good morning, Ken. You're off today, right?
Morning, Allie. Yeah, what's up?
I want to talk to you about something. Do you have a minute?
Sure, what is it?
Are you in Houston with your family right now by any chance?
No. Me and Anne are at home right now. Why?
So it really was just Michelle, huh?
How did you know that Michelle's in Houston? Are you in Houston too?
No, but one of my colleagues at work posted a picture on social media, and I'm pretty sure your wife was on there.
On their account?
Yeah, it's an anonymous account, but everyone knows it's them, judging by the car and clothes that you can see on the pictures in the account.
So they post pictures on their social media while thinking that no one knows it's them. But in reality, everyone's already caught on with it actually being them.
Exactly. And there was a picture of your wife on that account. When that colleague first introduced themselves to me, they told me that they were from the same high school that your wife went to.
Wait a minute. Michelle told me that she was going out with a high school friend yesterday. So she went out with a colleague that works with you, huh?
Wait, wasn't it Anne's birthday yesterday? Why is your wife at Houston while you guys are waiting at home? Shouldn't you three be celebrating together?
Well, that was the plan at first. Michelle left the house saying that she was just going to meet an old friend over some coffee and that she'd be back by dinner. But when I texted her at dinner time, she said she was already in Houston.
What? What about Anne's birthday?
She said that she got a date mixed up with today, so she ended up staying over at Houston for the night.
What kind of mother doesn't remember the day that she gave birth to her own child? You should have forced her to come home right then and there.
I really wish I could have done that. She was already drunk by the time I gave her a text that dinner was ready. And she said that she needed to go because her friends were calling her as we were texting, so she left before I could say anything. I haven't heard from her since. I'm pretty sure she's having the time of her life with her friend over in Houston.
That's just upright immoral.
Yeah, you could put it that way. So I ended up calling my parents over so we wouldn't have to celebrate it alone.
I feel so bad for the child. Hey, could I stop by your house later?
I mean, I guess, but why?
I'll get into the details once I get there. But the colleague that I was talking about earlier is actually a guy.
What?
Sorry for being so late, honey. We're resting at a restaurant by the highway right now. I'm on my way home. But the roads are crowded really badly right now, so I might end up getting home around midnight. Is that okay?
Finally! Why did it take you so long to reply? You've been ignoring my text since last night. Is it really that difficult to just give a text once in a while?
I said I'm sorry. Jeez. The friend I'm with is super talkative. They've been talking nonstop for the past day. I can't just ignore them, so I have to stay off my phone and keep talking to them, you know.
Can't you reply while listening?
I'm a bad multitasker. I can't do both of those things at once, and you know it, honey.
Sure.
I brought you and Allie some souvenirs, by the way. I was really sorry about the whole birthday thing, so I bought some snacks that kind of resemble a cake. I'm sure you two will love it.
Okay.
Are you mad? Really?
Wouldn't it be more unnatural not to be mad? After everything you've done in the past 2 days? Really?
I told you that I was sorry so many times. I actually am sorry. Look, I'll buy Allie anything she wants out of my own wallet. That's how sorry I am.
Nope, there's no need for that anymore.
Huh? Why not? I haven't given her a present yet.
I'll give you a hint. Have you checked the social media of the person you went to Houston with yet?
Social media? No, I don't really check it that often since I don't have any of the apps. It just takes up too much of your time, you know.
Alright.
What are you trying to say? What about social media? What's this? Where'd you get it?
I just got it from the social media of the friend you went to Houston with. You should have told me your friend was a guy, you know. You know what the caption on this post said? It's hilarious. It said, "On a trip with my girl. Reunited at a high school reunion a while ago. 2 years ago, on this day, Michelle and I became soulmates. Cheers to our future. I love you." You were seeing this dude for 2 years already, huh? And you met on the birthday of our daughter. The contradiction is almost funny, really. I guess our whole marriage is a joke. And I guess I was a clown for marrying you.
Why is that on social media for everyone to see?
Apparently, he was trying to keep the whole thing anonymous.
Why would he post this? Of course everyone's gonna find out. And how did you know who he is?
Well, your friend, aka the man you cheated on me with, is the colleague of my sister. So she outed him, and I ended up finding out about the whole thing. Surprise!
What kind of coincidence is that?
God can be cruel at times, can't he? My sister knew about the account of the guy. She came all the way over to my house just so I could affirm that it was actually you in the picture.
I can't believe it!
She told me that her workplace always hires from the same high schools and universities every single year. So although she joined the company through a regular process, your friend joined from one of the high schools the company regularly hires from. How unlucky, huh?
I guess there's no point in hiding it anymore then. Do whatever you want. I don't care.
Really? Don't you have anything more to say?
You're just gonna divorce me no matter what I say, right? Then I'm not gonna fight it. Just make the whole process quick, please. Besides, if I get divorced with you, then I'll be able to marry the man I actually love. I've been holding myself back for so long. I'm finally free from you.
Isn't the other guy married too? You sure it's gonna go as smoothly as you expect it to go?
I know, but it'll all work out. He even told me a few days ago that he would divorce his wife to marry me, so I'm well off.
Are you sure?
Yes. He said he's becoming the boss at his location of the company starting next year. Imagine how much more he's going to be making than you. The quality of my living is going to go up as soon as I leave you. What's the point in staying with you? If anything, this is the best thing that's happened to me in my life. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
All I have to say to you right now is, don't celebrate too soon. Because it won't go as intended in most cases.
Why would you know how this is going to go? Everything about this whole thing is screaming that I'll have a happier life as soon as we get a divorce. Wait, are you trying to stop me from divorcing you? Well, I'm sorry, but it just won't work out with you knowing about all of this. And I know I'll probably end up getting the rights to raising Allie, since you're so busy working. But it'll be all right.
I'm actually not worried about any of those things. I'm glad to send you out to some other guy. I don't need you anymore either.
What did you just say?
I was gonna tell this to you sooner or later, but my sister just started living with the son of the owner of her company. They've actually been dating for a few years now.
Really?
Yep. And your new boyfriend works at the same company. So I'm guessing that even you could figure out what's gonna happen next, right?
Wait, don't do this! Please, my whole life depends on this!
Too late. My sister told the news to her boyfriend, and the boyfriend told the company owner all about it already. They got into a lot more detail than I expected. Apparently, they searched the whole situation around noon today. They found you and your boyfriend having some fun in the company-owned car during working hours on the dash cam.
This can't be happening!
This was obviously against company rules. So your boyfriend was called out by the CEO. Apparently, the plans about him becoming the boss is gone, and he got demoted.
How could you do this?
I heard that your boyfriend's wife also works at the same place as him and my sister, so she heard all about the news. I'm pretty sure him and his wife are having a very serious talk right now, too. Man, you two are causing a whole lot of people to become miserable. You happy with this?
I never meant to make it into such a big deal.
Whatever. So here's what's gonna happen from now on. I changed the key to our front door, so you're not gonna be able to walk into our house ever again.
What? You can't just do that!
I called your parents and let them know about the whole situation. But don't bother trying to get into our house and go straight to their house, please.
Wait.
I'll be sending all your luggage to that house by mail, so you won't have to come here ever again.
I said wait!
You'll never see me or Anne ever again. So I hope you and your boyfriend have a happy life together. Please contact me through my lawyer from now on. Goodbye.
Wait! Ken, please! At least let me see Allie! Don't go!
Apparently, Michelle actually showed up in front of our house around midnight. She spammed the doorbell for a good while, but we made sure to turn it off before she came. So me and my daughter slept through the commotion like babies. The next day, I received a text from her parents saying that she came over to their house at around 6 a.m. with her eyes puffed up like a goldfish from crying so much. After that, I left all the communication and actions to my lawyer. 2 months later, I was finally able to obtain parental rights for my daughter with the help of my lawyers. And I look forward to making her the happiest girl in the world. On the other hand, I heard that my ex-wife's boyfriend decided to try and reconstruct his relationship with his wife, leaving my ex-wife being unexpectedly abandoned from both me and the boyfriend. Since I wouldn't hold any connections with my ex-wife, her parents got sick of not being able to see Anne anymore, and they ended up kicking her out of the house with no one and nothing left. In the meantime, a rumor had gotten out that she had been cheating on me on the birthday of her daughter, and no one would accept her to work with them, leading her to move to the town next door, where she works from sunrise to late at night to pay for child support and damages.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey sis, long time no see. I needed to talk to you about something. You open right now?
It's been so long, Jenna. Why haven't you been answering my texts?
Sorry, I've been pretty preoccupied for the past 3 years.
What on earth have you been doing for so long? You can't imagine how worried I've been all this time.
Yeah, I know.
You could have at least contacted me in some way or another, you know? I called you 1,000,000 times. I texted you through every single platform I could think of. I was literally dying to reach you, and you know it.
Oh, sorry. I had your number and contacts on every single platform blocked until right now, so I didn't notice any of your calls. Oops.
I knew it. And now you randomly decide to reach out to me, huh? So, I guess you're desperately in need of something right now. What is it? Money?
Of course not. You're hilarious. I wanted to ask you something about your marriage. Your wedding is in 2 weeks, isn't it?
Yes? How do you know?
I heard from one of our mutual friends. After all, we were raised in the same town, weren't we? I still cannot believe that you were able to get a ring around your finger before me.
It doesn't matter which one of us gets married first.
Of course it does. There's no way on earth that a fat-faced ugly girl like you was able to get married before my beautiful self. This should be illegal or something.
Oh, shut up. Are you drunk or something?
Whoa, very impressive. How'd you notice?
How could I not notice? You really say anything when you're drunk, honey. Like that one time you lied to my friend and made her believe that her boyfriend was cheating on her with me. You really almost got her to try and murder me.
Oh yeah, that was so much fun. Speaking of boyfriends, I searched up your boyfriend's name on the internet out of curiosity. I even know his parents' house now. He lives in a huge house. He must be rich, huh? Even the interior of the house was super luxurious.
Please stop stalking my fiancé, you creep. You even searched up inside of his house?
Nope, I actually stepped inside myself to take a look.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, to tell you the truth, I'm actually pregnant with his baby right now.
What? You should really go easier on the alcohol. Text me again when you're sober.
Actually, I'm not joking. Let me reword it so you can understand me better. I'm pregnant with the baby of the man that is your fiancé. You know, the one you're bound to have a wedding with?
What do you mean you're serious? You're lying.
I'll tell you one last time, so listen carefully. I'm pregnant with your husband's baby.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do you mean? It sounds pretty straightforward if you ask me. He's mine now, so make sure to sign the divorce certificate, Kay? I left it in the mailbox at our old house, so turn it as soon as you're done. You won't be able to have a wedding in a situation like this anyways. Might as well be quick with it, so I can have my moment quicker, right?
Whoa. I am not divorcing my husband.
Well, you're not pregnant, aren't you? I got pregnant before you, therefore your husband, the father, is now mine. It makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Just get over with it. I don't have the time for your whining.
He isn't the type of person to do such a thing in the first place. He's a gentle soul who would never hurt me like that.
I get that you want to believe in your beloved husband, but this is the reality, so I need you to suck it up and move on, okay?
Even if this were true, why would you do something like this?
What do you mean?
Before you disappeared for 3 years, you took all of my savings, every single cent of the $30,000 that I had spent years saving up, and you just ran away, didn't you? And even before that, you tried to sabotage my relationship with the guy I was dating back then, just so you could have him. You even lied to my best friend over and over to try to make her hate me as a person. What are you trying to accomplish by making my life more miserable? What's wrong with you?
Isn't it obvious? It's because you're my annoying older sister, so naturally, I just want the worst for you, no matter what it is. I'm happy as long as you're unhappy, sis.
What the hell?
It's always been like this. Because even though I'm obviously the cuter one out of the two, you always have a boyfriend or friend around you. You always have someone to take care of you. You always have more money than me, and the way everyone likes you is so annoying.
That's your reason? Seriously?
It might sound stupid to you, but I'm being dead serious right now. I'm cuter, so I should be treated better.
If you want people to like you, then why don't you just establish relationships that people feel are worth caring about? And the only reason I have more money than you is because I work more than you. You do know that you have to work in order to earn money, right?
This conversation reminds me of how I also hate the way you're so bossy towards me. You're always trying to sound wise, but I know who you are deep down. You're just no one who's trying to get everyone's attention.
Jenna!
Don't Jenna me. You don't mean anything to me. What matters is that your fiancé is in love with me and I'm pregnant with his baby. So therefore, he's mine. And that is final. I'm already 3 months pregnant, by the way. Get the divorce done quickly, please. Bye-bye.
Daniel, can I have a moment to talk to you? I know you're busy at work right now, but there's something really important that I need to address with you.
Hey, honey. Of course, what could that be? Wait, let me guess. This is about our wedding, right?
Well, partially, I guess. It's about something more important than that.
More important than our wedding? May I ask if everything's alright?
Well, everything would be alright as long as you haven't seen my sister in a while.
Your sister? Oh, the one who cut you off on all contact 3 years ago. I thought she did horrible things to you and just poofed out of nowhere.
Yeah, that one. Have you been meeting her recently by any chance?
I don't even really know how she looks. We met after that incident happened between you and your sister, so I never got to know her well in the first place. I mean, the only time I'd seen her before is that one time you showed me a picture of her, so I don't think I'd recognize her even if she saw me in the city or something. Sorry. Did I accidentally ignore her when she passed by or something?
No, nothing like that. I guess you really don't know her then.
Can I ask why you were wondering that? Were you able to finally reach her? We should definitely bring her to the wedding if you were.
I was actually able to reach her, but something happened and I got worried, so I contacted you.
Well, that's great. Has something happened?
Well, Jenna has been telling me that she's pregnant with your baby.
Me? My baby?
Apparently she's 3 months pregnant now.
Whoa. Can we slow down for a second? That's literally impossible. I work from home on most days during the week, and even when I do go out for work, I have you drive me over to the company. We spend the weekends together over at our house, too. You and I both know that it's physically impossible for me to do something like that. I would never even want to cheat on you.
Please calm down. I'm not doubting you or anything. I just wanted to consult you about it.
Really?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It sounded like I was trying to get something out of you or something. That wasn't my intention at all. My sister just contacted me and started saying these things out of nowhere. So I wanted to tell you about it and ask you what you think I should do about it.
No, I'm sorry for panicking too. I just got scared that something would harm our relationship or something. But why would your sister just say something like that?
It's possible that the story about the pregnancy itself is just a total lie.
Why would she lie about something like that?
I'm pretty sure she was drunk when she sent the text to me.
Oh, that's true. A pregnant lady wouldn't be drinking in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to sound cocky or anything, but she sounded like she was saying all of that just to feel like she was better than me or something for once. And considering her personality, I'm pretty sure that she even would take good care of her own baby. So she probably wouldn't sabotage the safety of the baby by drinking like that.
So you're saying that considering her personality, she wouldn't have been drunk if she were really pregnant.
I mean, I'm just guessing, but that's what I think is what happened.
That makes sense. So I guess the next thing we should be worrying about is the wedding, right? We should be on alert about what type of crazy things she might do next. Should we contact the wedding hall and make sure that they don't let her into our wedding?
Yeah, I think that might be a good idea. I'll contact them and let them know about the situation.
Hey sis, I would want to say happy wedding to you, but I guess the wedding isn't happening today since your husband got another girl pregnant. What a shame. It happened so suddenly, didn't it? How does it feel to have your own fiancé choose your sister over you? I'm so sorry I was born so beautiful. If I wasn't so gorgeous, you might have had a happy marriage.
Who would have guessed? It's you spamming my phone again. I'm kind of busy right now, so contact me later. I'm gonna turn my notifications off, so bye-bye.
What do you mean busy? Your wedding was cancelled, so you must be bored to death. All thanks to me.
Oh no, there must have been a misunderstanding here. Of course we're doing the wedding today, silly.
What do you mean? Oh, so you still believe that your husband might actually show up? Well, I'm sorry to tell you, but all of that time getting ready is about to go to waste. Boo-hoo! That's just hilarious.
Whatever. The wedding is about to start, so I'll see you later, I guess.
You're really gonna do the wedding without the groom? Dang, sis. That's very bold of you, I guess. Call me if you're gonna do an after party. I'll be sure to bring the wine so you can drink your tears away.
Bye.
Bye-bye. We're about to go turn in our marriage certificate together, by the way. Make sure to let everyone at the wedding hall know. I'm pretty sure his friends would love to come to his actual wedding with me anyways. I feel so bad for you. But I feel so happy for myself at the same time. Sucks to be you. What's up, sis? How was your solo wedding? I hope the music and food was good, I guess. Me and your ex-husband ended up having dinner at a restaurant at the top floor of a hotel. The view was absolutely amazing, by the way. And the food was great too. I'm so fortunate to have him in my life. I was imagining how miserable your wedding was while eating, and I felt horrible.
Why is it always you that's spamming my phone? Can you please leave me alone? What do you want?
I just wanted to let you know that the marriage certificate is turned in, and it's official. Your supposed to be husband is now mine.
Congratulations, honey. I hope you're finally happy with yourself.
Are you kidding me? You're trying not to act embarrassed, huh? You need to do something with that ego, sis. Don't act as if you're fine when you're not.
Do you really still believe that my husband is now yours? That there's nothing off about this whole thing?
What do you mean? Of course your husband is mine. He's right next to me.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but I'm actually not divorced with my husband.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
The wedding went perfectly as planned, and we became a newlywed couple just a few hours ago. As you could probably tell by now, yes, my husband was right beside me the whole time. In fact, he's right next to me at the moment.
What? You must be on something. He's right next to me.
Nope. The man next to you is not my husband.
Wait, but if he's not your husband, then who's this man sitting next to me?
So you really did turn in a wedding certificate. I thought you were just lying about that.
Of course I turned in a wedding certificate. Aren't you the one who's lying right now? I know for a fact that I took your husband away from you and married him. Bob signed the paper and the city hall said that there was no problem with it.
Bob?
Yes, Bob.
Oh, I get it now.
What do you get?
Jenna, my husband's name is Joe, not Bob.
What? Who the hell's Joe? I don't know who you're trying to fool right now, but you need to stop lying. What are you trying to accomplish right now? Whoa!
This is a picture from today's wedding of Joe and I. Do you like it?
Bob? But he was with me the whole day. I don't get it.
The man in the picture is Joe. His name is Joe, not Bob. And he's my husband.
No, but that's Bob. He has the exact same face as the man right next to me.
I mean, it makes sense that the two have identical faces, I guess. Bob is Joe's identical twin.
Identical twins? What kind of comic book storyline is this?
Bob was supposed to come to today's wedding as his older brother's best man, but he canceled on him out of nowhere because apparently his girlfriend announced that she was pregnant and he needed to go get engaged to her. I guess that was you he was talking about.
Oh no.
It all makes sense now. I mean, that sounds like something Bob would do. He's a free spirit, to put it nicely. He has trouble setting his priorities, so he always cancels on events if there's something that personally benefits him. But I've heard stories of that habit of his working against him and those around him. Badly. Like that one time he canceled on a really important meeting because he felt burnt out and caused his company to lose a multi-million-dollar deal. Or that time he cheated on his girlfriend with several women and got sued for it. Joe saying that he's tens of thousands of dollars in debt right now because of all of that.
He has debt? Why didn't you tell me all about this earlier? Now I'm stuck with this guy being my husband?
Just get a divorce if you don't want him to be your husband.
Of course I can't do that. There's no way on earth that I could afford to work and raise my child on my own.
Wait a minute. I thought you were just drunk when you said that you were pregnant. Do you actually have a baby?
What?
The first time that you told me you were pregnant was when you were drinking, so naturally, I thought that you were just lying to try and attack me. Besides, if you were really pregnant, I thought even you wouldn't drink and potentially harm the baby. Shame on you for that, by the way.
It was supposed to be a lie at first. I was just trying to make you feel worse and myself better about the situation.
Then why are you saying all of this now?
Because I took a test and found out that I was actually pregnant yesterday.
Wow, what are the odds? So your lies became reality, huh? I mean, might as well celebrate the new life between you two.
No, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. What should I do from now?
Why are you asking me?
You're the only person who I can ask help for. Please, you're on your feet and I really need it.
What do you expect me to do about it? You're on your own, sis.
How could you leave your own sister to rot like this? I guess we could move into the house of my in-laws. I mean, I really wouldn't want to live with those old people, but that's probably our only option right now.
Oh, about that. I don't think you're going to be able to live in that house anymore, because it's going to be put up for sale in a few days.
What? Why?
It was recently announced that Joe was planning to get moved to Canada to manage a new project there. And he was told by his boss that he would most likely stay there for the rest of his career, so I decided that I would move with him. So we had a talk with his parents, and they told us about how they always wanted to live in Canada, and that it would be a dream come true if they could come along and live with us. So they made the decision to sell their house and move in with us.
Wait, but what's gonna happen to Bob then? He lives with his parents right now, doesn't he?
Apparently, Joe suggested that he move with us, but Bob immediately turned down the offer because he doesn't like cold climates.
What kind of reason is that? Our lives are on the line right now.
Oh, and one more thing.
What? What now?
Our parents moved to another house a year ago too, so you won't find anyone even if you go there.
What?
So I actually didn't receive the divorce certificate that you told me you sent me a while ago. I'm pretty sure the current owners are very concerned about it.
What do you mean they aren't living in our house anymore? Where are they then? I need to know. Me and Bob are going to move in with them.
Mom and Dad went out of their way to ask me to keep quiet about their whereabouts to you. So I can't tell you. Sorry.
What do you mean? They can't just ban their own daughter from their house like this.
They were saying that no matter what you guys used to be, someone who steals money is not their daughter anymore. Sorry.
How could they?
It might be tough, but I wish you good luck. Please take good care of your baby. A few days after me and Joe had our wedding, we and his parents took off for Canada. We're currently living in a house close to his workplace, and it's truly a dream come true for all of us. I later heard that within a few days between our wedding day and moving day, my sister tried to somehow reach me, thinking it would somehow help her situation. But Joe and I had already moved out from our old apartment and were staying at a hotel close to the airport, so she wasn't able to find us anywhere. My sister and Bob are currently living in a cheap old apartment, trying to find a way to somehow pay off all of Bob's debt. On top of that, it turned out that Bob had been borrowing some money from shady people, and they moved a few times after receiving threats of unimaginable contents. I heard from a few relatives that the baby was taken away from my sister after birth, and she was sent over to an orphanage. My sister and her husband were told that if they remain unable to provide a proper environment to raise a child, it is a possibility that either me or my parents will end up taking her in. No matter what ends up happening, the baby has committed no crime and doesn't deserve any less of a happy childhood as anyone else. So we'll be sure to make that happen, one way or another.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Tori, your daughter is in front of our house right now for some reason. Can you explain why this is? I'm sorry, but 6 in the morning is way too early to have her over. And I don't remember inviting her over to our house anyways. Why did you leave her after all, by herself in front of our house? Tori, you need to answer right now.
Ugh, can you please stop spamming my phone? Do you know what time it is? What do you want?
That's my line. Why do you leave your daughter all by herself at a time like this? She was freezing when I answered the doorbell. What kind of mother does that to her own daughter? Where are you right now? And where is Andrea? I'm getting worried about what you might have done to her, judging by what you've done to Valerina. Please just give me an explanation about the whole situation.
Oh, yeah, about that. I'm leaving Valerina for you guys to raise. She just isn't worth my effort, you know? I hope you guys have a good time together, though. Sorry about the late notice.
What? What do you mean, raise? I don't know what makes you think this is a time to be joking around, but you need to stop. If you wanted us to let her stay at our house, then you should have at least let us know a day in advance. Even Valerina's crying because she thinks that you left her for good.
Well, she's right about crying, because that's exactly what I mean. I need you to raise her from now on. As in, like, she isn't coming back to our house anymore, so you need to give her food and shelter and education and stuff. She's not our child, she's yours.
What? You can't just leave your child at our house and claim that we have to raise her from now on. That has to be some typical child abuse.
I mean, you could sue us and bring her back to our house, but as you can tell from the situation right now, I do not care about that child, and she's just gonna have a very miserable life ahead. And if you don't take the role of raising her, she'll probably end up at some orphanage and live an even more miserable life. So, it's up to you.
You're sick. How could you do this to this beautiful child? Shame on you.
Say whatever you want. You can either take responsibility in making her happy, or just sit back and watch her life fall apart.
Why are you doing this to her?
Look, as you know, my husband died last month. And as a single mother, do you really think I can afford to raise 2 kids? While working to make money at the same time? Even with the inheritance that my husband left behind, the best I can do is provide a living for one of them.
That's a problem for you to figure out, and abandoning one of them is definitely not the way.
There's only so much that a part-timer can do, you know? I can only feed 2 mouths, and one of those is mine.
Then why don't you ask your parents to help you out a bit?
Oh my god, I hate my parents. I would rather die than rely on them.
How ungrateful of you to say that.
As I've said before, say whatever you want. Please be my guest. I don't care. So, given all of the information that I mentioned above, I realized that I could only raise one child, and the other child should be raised by someone more facilitated, which turned out to be you. Come on, you're my husband's younger sister and Andrea's aunt. Come to think of it, Andrea's basically your own daughter.
What are you on right now? There's no way that you really think that logic is going to justify all of this.
I'm sure your husband is going to be excited about having a daughter too.
But this isn't our child.
You said that you would support me in whatever way necessary at the funeral. This is the help that I need right now, so I need you to cooperate.
But this is all so sudden and out of nowhere. Have you at least tried to ask for support by the government or something? There's tons of ways to help raise your children, and scholarships and child support.
It's too much of a hassle to go through all of that paperwork, and I don't have the time to be dealing with all of that right now.
You can't tell me that you can't do even that for your own children. Please get your priorities straight. This isn't the same thing as buying a puppy. We're talking about your own child here.
It's just easier to make you raise her. Therefore, it makes more sense to just do that. Come on, quit being so stubborn and help out a sister.
I would have helped you out with all of the paperwork that you needed if you had just said it was what you needed. It isn't too late. Let's go to the city hall together and see what kind of financial support you're eligible for. How could you abandon Valerina all by herself like this?
I mean, if it came down to choosing one of the two, I'm pretty sure that anyone would have chosen Andrea.
I would never choose one of my kids over the other.
Everyone says that until they're actually demanded to make the decision. Ballerina's always whining about something and never shuts up. On top of that, she's so slow and dull in the mind. She won't do me any good even if I keep her, so I'm letting her go.
Whether a child does you any good or not, it's a parent's responsibility to love and protect the child. How dare you label your own kids like that?
You can say whatever you want, but when it comes down to making a choice, the answer is always obvious. Andrea never complains, and she's always smiling. She is so unproblematic, so I'm sure she has a far better chance of making it in any type of job. Therefore, I'm investing in her.
What do you mean by investing in her?
I'll raise her for now, and once she's able to get a good job, she can make all of the money, which I'll live off of. It's a great plan, isn't it?
You're really going to isolate your daughter from her sister and make her work like a slave? Are you serious?
Of course I am. They say work smarter, not harder. This is my smartest way out of being poor.
You're crazy.
I'm really not. It's the child's job to take care of their parents, and Andrea has a far better chance in making lots of money. Therefore, it's only natural that I put in more effort for her instead of Ballerina. That's why I gave you the stupid one. Good luck raising her!
I've never met anyone as obnoxious as you. You know that? I feel horrible for Andrea for being chosen and forced to stay with you. Our family has our own plans too. We can't just take Ballerina in and make it work. Please just come to our house so we can discuss all of this. If you can't come, then I'll drive Ballerina over to your house. Which would you prefer?
What about neither? Andrea and I are moving today, so I'll never see you again. Sorry.
What?
We can't afford to keep living in the apartment we used to live in, so I decided to take my daughter and move into a cheaper place. It's a bit far away from here, but my friend owns the place so I can live there for practically free. Isn't it amazing? That friend's gonna introduce me to a new workplace too, so I'm basically well off at my new location. We're resting at a restaurant by the highway right now, so I won't be coming back.
So you're just texting me to stall until you got on the highway?
I mean, you would have brought her back if I left you an option, so… Come on. When you come to think of it, this is the best for all of us. The girl wouldn't have been treated well if she was stuck with us. And you like kids. It's all for the best.
A parent is supposed to give their life to stay by their child, not to sell them away because they don't need them.
Well, I guess I'm not your practical parent then. Look, the house that we used to live in isn't ours anymore, and I have no intention in coming back. So, might as well have fun raising the girl. She's a bit dull, but she's still fun to mess with. You got this.
This has to be illegal in some way. Hey, don't do this to your daughter. Don't do this to us. Just tell me where you are right now. I'll head there, so please just tell me.
Not a chance, honey. I know you're trying to push Ballerina back to me. Won't let that happen. She's yours now, so treat her well. I hope y'all have a happy future together. Bye-bye.
I'm not done with you. Hey, Tori, you don't have to do this.
Hey, Bella. Long time no see, right? How have you been?
I'm sorry, who is this?
Oh, don't tell me you've forgotten about me. It's me, Tori. You know, your legal sister, the wife of your older brother. Come on, we both know you remember me. Quit playing dumb.
I actually do not remember you. Or maybe it's just that I'm instinctively dismissing the existence of the horrifying person who abandoned her own daughter after my older brother died 10 years ago. Neither me, my husband, or our beloved daughter Ballerina can recall you. Sorry.
See, you do remember. How have you been?
I can't believe you actually went out of your way to raise her instead of abandoning her. Props to you, girl.
What do you want? After all of these years, without giving us a single call or text, not even checking on Valerina at all. The audacity you have to be talking to us right now. Don't tell me you've reached out to us after all these years just to check on her. She doesn't need you anymore. She understands well that you don't care, and that we do.
Why would I go out of my way just to do that? I'm not as bored as you might think.
What do you want then?
Can you give Valerina back to me?
What?
She's already 15 and she's not a child anymore. So I'll have her work for my friend's store, starting next year, so I need her back.
Are you hearing yourself right now?
Of course I am. Loud and clear.
Then I'd assume that even a crazy person like you would understand that I would say no, right? You're the one who left her behind at our house in the first place. You have no right to be asking us to let her go back to being with you. She's practically a daughter to us, and we would never make her go through such a thing.
Yeah, I get it. As much as I'd like to say you're right, I really need another worker right now. So please, give her back.
What happened to your other worker?
Oh, Andrea? Well, she ran away from me last night.
Ran away?
Yeah. I started online gambling as a game to pass some time, but I got a bit carried away. And now I'm stuck with a bunch of debt. So I told Andrea to work instead of studying for college, and she ended up running away.
What the hell are you doing? Is it that hard to be a decent parent?
Apparently so. So can I have Valerina back?
What kind of adult would let a child enter that environment? No. My answer is no. So please don't contact us ever again.
Okay, let me rephrase it. I'm demanding you to give me my daughter back. You have no right to say no to this request. She's not your child. She is my child, and I have the legal rights as her parent. And Valerina has the responsibility to help me pay back my debts as my child. Got it?
Actually, Valerina is our child. Legally.
But I never signed any papers.
As soon as you left her with us, we went through legal procedure to adopt her. So now she's ours, and we have no right to hand her over.
What?
She is our daughter of my husband, so good luck paying back all of your debts alone.
What? You can't just do that without the permission of me? I'm her mother. She is my daughter by blood. This whole thing should be illegal.
It really isn't. There's a way to adopt a child without permission of the parent. I won't go to any specifics since you probably won't understand any of it anyways. But we were legally admitted as eligible for becoming family through court. And you and Valerina are legally strangers.
You're lying! You can't do that! I'm her real parent. She still has to listen to me.
Actually, she doesn't. We didn't just adopt her. We went through a foster care adoption process, which basically means that there is no legal tie between you and your daughter anymore. This actually requires the agreement of a real parent. But since you were gone for so many years, the court decided that you were incompetent in making a decision upon this case. Therefore, we didn't need your agreement to make the decision to go through. Valerina is our child, and I will protect her from you with my life. You will never lay a finger on her ever again.
Then who's gonna help me pay back my debts? I can't just do it on my own. How am I supposed to get out of this?
I guess you're going to have to work on your own. You can't just keep relying on your kids and other people, including them, forever. Just help yourself, and you'll be fine.
Then what was the point of giving birth to 2 daughters? There's no point in having kids if they're useless to me when I need them. I won't let this happen. I will not allow this. You know what? You need to resolve the adoption, go through the legal procedures, and make her my daughter again.
No way. I don't like paperwork, and I'm too lazy to go through that whole process, so...
Quit messing around. I'll be on my way to bring Valerina back. You better be ready.
Where are you headed to?
To your house!
Do you know where our house is?
The place I dropped Valerina off 10 years ago?
I'm sorry to tell you this, but our family actually moved to another state a few years ago because of my husband's work. So you won't find us at our old house. Sorry.
What? How dare you move without telling me? This is my kid that you're dragging with you. I deserve to know where she is whenever I want.
Again, she's not your daughter.
Why is it always me? Why do bad things always happen to me? Why can't everyone just do what I ask them to do? Help me, please. I can't pay off my debts alone. I'll be stuck working for the rest of my life.
As strangers, we have no responsibility to helping you. Sorry.
Why not?
Why don't you take a deep breath, close your eyes, and ask yourself, have I really done nothing to be deserving this right now? I'm sure you'll be able to get yourself an answer. Since I'm done addressing this situation, I'll be going now. I'm sure neither I nor Valerina will ever be seeing you again. So, farewell. Apparently, Tori tried to go and look for Valerina and Bella, but wasn't able to do anything since she couldn't pay for the gas to get anywhere. After that, she tried to work her butt off to pay back her debts, but ended up borrowing even more money because of her online casino addiction. After reaching out to illegal sources or money laundering, she was caught by the members of a gang and was forced to work as a prostitute. After acting upon impulse, Tori ended up getting herself in a living hell situation. Not that she didn't deserve it. FYI, Andrea was taken to her grandparents' house after a few days since she ran away from her mother. And now she lives with her grandparents and goes to high school like any other student. Valerina is also a high school student now, and she's pursuing her dreams as a nurse, going to school every day with her friends. In the end, I'm extremely grateful that everyone ended up at a better place, and I think everyone other than Tori is glad about how things ended up.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Abby! Where on earth are you? I got a call from your mom right now. She says she's been looking everywhere for you. Abby! A, B, B, Y!
What do you want? Quit ringing up my phone. It's way too early to deal with you. We're done. So I need you to quit acting as if you're my boyfriend or caretaker or whatever. This needs to stop.
To be completely honest with you, I hadn't even thought about you since the day you decided to cheat on me. I'm only reaching out to you because today's the day that we scheduled for the meeting about our divorce. Our lawyers are arriving at 10 o'clock. I told you that the two of us needed to be here an hour early to finish all the paperwork. Why are you still not here?
Cut me some slack. We don't need a full hour to finish that.
I'm really getting tired of your games. We rescheduled this meeting once already because you said that today would be a better day. I'm spending New Year's Eve doing all of this instead of seeing my family because you said you wanted to finish everything before New Year's. Just come as soon as you can. Let's get this over with already.
Actually, I'm sorry to break it to you, but I've decided to spend the day with Russell. So I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to reschedule this meeting again.
You gotta be kidding me. What the hell do you mean?
I mean, I'm gonna spend today and the beginning of the year with Russell, so I can't come to today's meeting.
Cancel whatever plans and come here right now.
We're already on our way to the airport, so...
Well, come back then!
We can't! We're already on the highway. Oops. I told him that I wanted to spend New Year's Eve at the beach, and he got the tickets right away. Isn't he amazing? And he booked a hotel suite for us. So I'm probably spending the best New Year's of my life there. People who have money really are just different, aren't they?
I can't believe how blind I was to marry you in the first place.
Whatever. Just finish the paperwork on your own and get the divorce over with. Thanks!
You can't just leave everything to me. We need to discuss the terms of the divorce. You'll end up regretting it if you leave it all to me.
I'll be seeing you next year.
I'm so done with you. You shouldn't even be riding an airplane anyways. Your baby is due this month. Just go home and keep the baby safe.
It's fine. The due date isn't until 3 weeks later, and I'll be back home by then. Besides, the baby daddy's gonna be right beside us for the whole trip. I'm sure he'll take care of me if anything happens.
I feel like you're underestimating the amount of danger and complexity that comes with giving birth. Have you never heard of stories of mothers giving birth on airplanes and getting themselves into life or death situations?
Can you quit acting like you're some kind of expert or something? You know nothing about birth, nor do you know how it feels to be pregnant, since you're a man. I know my body, and I'm saying I'm fine.
Well, I know that certain conditions of the mother can mess with the due dates of babies. For example, being extremely tired after traveling long distances right before giving birth.
Whatever. This baby in my tummy isn't even yours anyway. You don't have the right or responsibility to be worrying about this. Are you still into me or something? Too bad I'm stuck with a rich guy now. Sucks to be you.
I'm worried about the baby because no matter how horrible the parents are, the baby is always innocent, and they don't deserve to be put in danger because of their parents' ego.
You're definitely still into me, aren't you?
How on earth did the conversation that we just had lead to that conclusion?
Whatever, it doesn't matter. I belong to Russell now, so you don't have any say in anything I do. Got it?
Whatever. But even if you end up regretting your own actions, I'm not gonna help you out.
Sure.
Just give me a date where you can come and discuss the terms for the divorce. A day that you can come for sure.
Yeah, let me check right now. I get home from the trip on the 2nd of January, so I can show up for any date after that.
I'll try contacting our lawyers to see if we can reschedule it on that day. Wait here.
Hurry up!
Exactly at noon on the 3rd of January. And this is final. We'll meet up at your house so that you won't have a chance at standing us up anymore. Just stay in bed until the time comes. And don't even think about rescheduling this time. I have the divorce permit that you signed when you left with Russell, so I'll sign my part and turn it in today. Sounds good?
Sure, just hurry up and get it over with. We're pulling up to the parking lot of the airport right now, so I'll leave the rest to you. Bye-bye!
I just hope nothing happens to the baby.
Hey, Ken. It turns out that I can't do the meeting on the 3rd earlier, so sorry. Reschedule it again. Thank you.
You have to be joking right now. It's only been a day since we agreed on that day! You know, it's not just me that you're creating trouble for by selfishly rescheduling our meetings like this. Our lawyers and everyone else involved are reserving precious time out of their day to help us out. How could you disregard all of that just for your personal needs?
Calm down. I actually have a proper reason this time.
What could possibly be more important than this meeting?
Well, the thing is, you know how my due date was pretty close, right?
I mean, yeah, we just went over that yesterday.
So I ended up giving birth to my baby earlier than expected, which was yesterday.
I hate when people say this, but I told you so, for God's sake! Did you at least make it through the airplane ride?
Duh, of course you did. And like I told you yesterday, I can tell what's happening to my own body.
You wouldn't have gone on that trip in the first place if you did.
Oh, shut up! My water broke right when we checked into our hotel room. So my darling Russell called the ambulance for me, and I was sent to the nearest emergency hospital. I ended up giving birth right then and there.
Once again, I told you so! Your mom contacted me yesterday to apologize about your selfish behavior, and she told me how you traveled all the way to the beach resort on the coast side. Isn't it common sense that a pregnant lady shouldn't travel long distances?
Could you please just stop sticking your nose into my business? I'm not your wife anymore, and you're nothing to me either. The baby isn't even yours, so don't try and act like it's guardian or something. We're nothing to each other, so stop acting like we are.
I was wrong for thinking you could possibly take this seriously. Whatever. Well, when are you coming back then?
Let's see. I just gave birth yesterday, so you couldn't possibly expect me to come back tomorrow as planned, can you?
Unlike you, I'm a reasonable person, so no. Just tell me when you're coming back.
Can't you just finish the whole procedure without me?
Seriously? You made us wait all this time, and now you want us to do everything by ourselves?
I need some alone time with my baby. You should be more understanding about my situation. Right now is the time for us to take in the joy and excitement of being blessed with the new life that has entered me and Russell's lives. I shouldn't be needing to tell you these things for you to notice. You're clearly the one who should be the gentleman here and back down. This is why guys like you get cheated on by amazing women like me.
Fine, but this means we'll be making all the decisions about the conditions of the divorce without you. Are you sure about this?
Yeah, just get it over with. I'll be hearing about the results from my parents afterwards, so make sure to never contact me again. It makes me sad seeing you in such a miserable state after I left you. Thank God I won't have to see your face ever again. Oh, and by the way, I was planning on asking you for one last favor.
What do you want?
I need you to leave the house we are living in.
Why would you want me to do that?
That house is in my dad's name. It only makes sense that you leave since we already got divorced. Me and my new family will be moving in and building our bright and amazing future there. I don't need a loser like you to be getting in the way of that, so please be my guest and leave the house.
I've already moved out long before. Why would I want to stay in a house that reminds me of the horrible things you did to me? All the furniture is gone and no one lives there anymore.
Oh, great. I'm glad you did something right for once. Well, then, I'm starting to get sleepy. The effort it takes to be a mom, am I right? Good night. See ya never again.
Mrs. Fletcher, it's me, Ken. Happy New Year's. I mean, I'm not sure whether it's a happy time in my life right now, but I'm trying my best to stay strong through this.
Good evening, Ken. I'm so sorry about my granddaughter making you go through all of this. Did she make a call about the news to you? About her baby?
I received a text from her that she gave birth at the vacation site. I heard about it just last night.
Oh, I cannot believe that girl. How irresponsible could a person possibly be? She's my own daughter, but this was a seriously dangerous action by her, towards herself and the baby. I even told her multiple times to come back because it was too close to her due date, but she just wouldn't listen. And as we all expected, this was the result. It isn't just her, but also that Russell boy. He should have been there to stop her from putting his baby in danger.
Tell me about it. I really just hope that everyone stays safe. By the way, Mrs. Fletcher, would you possibly be going to the hospital that Abby is staying at right now?
Yes, she told us that she and her boyfriend have decided to stay here for a while before returning, so my husband and I are on our way. Even though she's the way she is, Abby is still our daughter. So we need to do whatever is best for her, and most importantly, the baby.
If that's the case, I was wondering if I could ask for a favor from you. Could you please give it a hear?
Of course, honey. What could it be?
The truth is, I have doubts about whose child the baby is. So I was wondering if you could please help me get a DNA sample of the baby to turn it in and check who the real father is.
Why would you have doubts about who the father is?
Abby's been saying that the biological father of the baby is Russell, but it seems that she hasn't properly checked whether that was true or not. And to be honest, I still haven't given up completely about the baby being my child. And if it is my child, then I can say without a doubt that I could give her my everything to make her the happiest they could be. On the other hand, I'm not sure whether a couple like Abby and Russell could protect the baby, nor set an example of what kind of adult they should aspire to be.
I understand what you mean.
Thank you for understanding. Could I please ask you to do this? For both me and the baby? This information is necessary for me to even have a chance of obtaining legal rights as a parent of the baby.
So you'll be going against each other in court over the parenting rights?
Yes. I've been trying to make this happen, but Abby's been avoiding my confrontation through this way and that. I need your help to make this happen. Please. I know it'll be a hassle to do this, but you're the only person who I can ask for help from.
If this is for a better future for the baby, then I'll do it.
Thank you so much. I'll be forever in your debt.
Ken, what the hell is going on? What did you do? I need you to reply right now. I know you're part of this.
What do you want now?
Why are the lawyers telling me that my daughter is your biological child? It's literally impossible that this is happening.
Oh, you're talking about the results of the DNA test that you received today. Yeah, I saw it too. I was hoping so, but didn't expect her to actually be my daughter. Thank God!
This is physically impossible, and you know it. You cheated, didn't you? You paid the company to switch up the results. I know you did.
I made sure to ask a reliable company to carry out the test. There's no way that I could have changed the results to my advantage.
I don't care. You've probably somehow found a way to get around it.
If you can't believe the results, then you could just have it checked on your side again. No matter how many times you try, the results aren't gonna change.
There's no reason to test this again. You and I both know this isn't our baby.
Why are you so confident about that?
You know why? We haven't done anything like that with each other for at least the past year. It just doesn't add up.
I guess you really don't remember about that night.
What night?
The night you came back home blacked out drunk. As soon as you got home, you came all over me. I was surprised that you hadn't tried to do anything with me in a while, but I guess you really were too drunk to even remember.
Me? With a guy like you? I've despised you for the longest time. There's no way that could have happened.
I did the math. The day that happened just adds up with the day you gave birth to our daughter. That's why I asked your parents to help me get a DNA sample of the baby. And it turns out that my doubts were in fact true.
You brought my parents into this? I can't believe they'd do something like this to me.
Judging by the way you cheated on me in the first place, and even went as far as to put your baby in danger to fill your own pleasure, I'm pretty sure you understand why they made that decision.
They betrayed their own daughter.
Whatever. This is all the proof I need. Since that child is biologically related to me, I have the legal right to fight for the rights as her parent.
Russell gave me the happiness that you never gave me. We could have had a happy family together, but you always ruin everything.
I mean, you still get that douchebag. So you haven't lost everything.
Russell left me yesterday, all because you couldn't keep quiet about that one night. He got angry that I almost tricked him into raising your baby.
That's on you for not checking earlier on. You might have been able to avoid losing him if you hadn't waited to tell him until after the baby was born. I pity him for getting stuck with an irresponsible cheater like you.
You shut up!
He probably feels betrayed, being told that he's the father of a baby and finding out that she's actually the child of another man. Probably feels almost as if he was cheated on. I guess God's decided that you're not fit for happiness. Sorry.
How could you say something like that?
Now that I have proof, I'll be seeing you in court. I'll fight with my life for the parenting rights of my daughter. I can't leave my precious baby with a delinquent like you.
You're trying to take her away from me too? You can't!
I can. I'm her biological father. And you probably can't even provide for her anyways. Don't worry, I'll be sure to make her the happiest girl in the world.
I'll never hand her over. The mother wins in most cases like this. You have no chance at winning. It's statistically proven.
Come on, Abby, just think about it. You broke up with the guy you cheated on me with, who you were financially reliant on. So you're too broke to raise a child. And both of your parents agree that it would be better off for the child for me to raise her. They're so committed in supporting me that they're saying that they'll cut connections with you after we settle this case.
What?
Besides, the only reason that mothers win more often than fathers is because they usually have a better facilitated environment to raise a child. You have practically no income right now, and you have no support from your parents or another man. On the other hand, my workplace is super supportive towards parents, and there's even a company-run preschool in the building. On top of that, I work from home on most days, so I have the environment to take good care of her.
But she needs her mother's love.
You've proven to be insufficient in providing love to others. My parents, your parents, and my sister are all saying they'll support me through this. Think of the happiness of the child. Let go of your ego, Abby.
Ken!
What?
Don't you think the best choice to make for us is to get back together?
Very funny. You're joking, right?
I'm dead serious. The environment for raising a child that you just told me about sounds amazing. The only missing piece is me, her mother. With that environment and the love by her mother, we'll be able to raise her in an environment that most parents could only dream of. So I say we get back together.
Nah.
What?
Do you really think I could leave my princess with an irresponsible, unreasonable, crazy lady like you? Oh, hell no! Having no mother is better than having a mother like you.
I can't believe you!
You'll be hearing from me through my lawyer from now on.
Wait!
Farewell, Abby. First things first, I was able to obtain legal rights as the parent of my daughter, as expected. Russell, the man that my ex-wife cheated on me with, paid his part in the compensations and disappeared like thin air. My ex-wife tried to go back to the house that we used to live together in after court, but her father had already sold the house since it was in his name, and no one lives there now. The money that was earned by selling the house was given to me as compensation and education fees. But in exchange for paying for these fees instead of their daughter, Abby's parents banned her from entering their household forever. All because she decided to cheat on me. Abby lost her parents, her daughter, her house, and even the man she cheated on me with. I heard that she was crying in front of her old house for a few hours, but our neighbors called the police on her for being suspicious, and she was forced to walk away. After that, a friend of mine told me that he had seen her get onto a bus headed for the subway station, and no one has seen her ever since.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.